Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by the Xeon, and I'm also joined by the Felix.
Oh no, we're doing the combined thing again. Didn't go very well last time.
Time is of the essence.
No, it's okay. We've been separated. It's fine.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, the Nintendo Direct has just happened. And as is tradition, we're going to sit down and give you some thoughts on all the things that happened. Or at least, we're probably going to focus on some things a little more than others because some things are more interesting than others. But they opened up with a big one. They opened up with Pikmin 4, which I was thrilled about. I was over the moon.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to open with it. And we actually got to see a decent bit of the game. We saw some baby Snagrets, the new playable character, which I'm wondering if maybe it's a custom character you create based on just the way it looks. Looks a little bit like character creation-y. I could be completely wrong, though. And we saw a brand new Pikmin type, Ice. That was pretty amazing. It sounds silly. Of all the Pikmin types I consider that they could include, Ice was never one of them. I was always thinking about, like, rock and flying and never thought about elements. So that was fun, despite elements being a big part of Pikmin. We also saw Oatchi, which is a dog thing.
He was very cute. Or she. I don't know.
It looks like it can like move stuff as well. It looks, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they utilize that.
I was getting some real Rusty's Real Deal baseball vibes from that dog, though, even though I don't think they look that similar. That's still where my head was at.
Yeah. I totally see that.
Yeah? Okay.
I can definitely see that. We saw a load of other characters as well, though, which is kind of unusual for the series. You don't really have NPCs. I mean, I know Pikmin 3 had Olimar and Louie as NPCs, but they were very much an exception. This looks like there's going to be just some people you can talk to. So they're doing some things. And hey, just, it's coming out on the 21st of July. How's about that?
Yeah. I'm really glad that it wasn't delayed. I mean, so many people talked about it, but I was never in doubt that it would be delayed. I always thought it would come out. And I'm really stoked that it was actually true.
I could definitely see where people would be coming from because it was kind of concerning that we didn't really see much of the game when they first showed it off. But I completely agree. I'm glad that it's happening. We have a real date. It looks pretty far along too. So
they've managed to get it far enough along to have baby Snagrets. So it's basically done, surely. But then moving on, we got to see Volume 3 DLC pack for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which includes Masha, which interesting name.
Yeah, very close to Sasha.
It's true. I can't really complain.
And we've seen like roguelike elements being introduced to challenges, and it's coming out very soon, the 15th of February. But we also saw a sneak peek of Volume 4, which seems to have much more story, and Shulk.
Yeah, Shulk and a sort of a Rhine substitute.
It's not Rhine time.
It's not. It's clearly not. Next in line they had, and this was a complete surprise for me, Samba de Amigo Party Central, but apparently some people knew it was coming.
Yeah, so this was like leaked just like in a few hours earlier. I don't know what the source was. We probably covered it already on Nintendo Life too, or at least on our website. But yeah, it's really weird to see Samba come back because it came out on Dreamcast originally, or was born on the Dreamcast, and they did one on the Wii. And I played it back in the day, and the motion controls were just really not there. And I'm imagining that this is going to be another motion-controlled game. Maybe not.
Yeah, they were showing, it was mainly, they were touting the motion controls.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Maybe I was just so in shock at the fact that this was really happening that I
did get whiplash.
Yeah, it comes out in the summer. There's going to be multiplayer. 40 songs are included in the base game, which is nice. I could see them doing DLC. Maybe they announced it. Maybe I already blacked it out. I don't know. And I will say, though, I'm excited at the potential of what songs are going to be in here, because I think when I played the Wii one, I don't remember anything about that game at all. And Sega's at a point now where they could throw some Monkey Ball music in there and some Persona 3, 4, and 5 music in there. There's a lot of really cool options they could go with. So maybe this will be their next Hatsune Miku. Because there'll be Miku DLC maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll be packed into the game. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet. I'm still juggling that.
Then they moved on to Fashion Dreamer, which looks very style savvy to me.
Yeah, I don't know what the goal of this game is. Like it looks like it's
to become an influencer and to grow your brand.
Is that genuinely it? Is that the story of the game?
That's what they said, yeah. You've got to, like, boost your following.
Like, I can understand the appeal of, like, you know, running around and taking pictures with friends and dressing up in cool clothes and making this avatar for yourself. But when your entire hook is just to be an influencer, that's kind of, I don't know, that feels... I don't like that. I don't like that. Like if I had kids, I would be buying them a Nintendo DS and Style Savvy if that's what they wanted to play, and not Fashion Dreamer, because I don't know. I'm being a grump, but
it feels a bit, doesn't it? It may be that we're just the wrong generation, but
that's true.
I don't like it when people say, "Oh, are you an influencer?" It's like, no. I mean, no. I'm a man who talks nonsense on the internet. I am not an influencer. Then they had Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, which looked pretty cool.
That looked really nice.
One of the Belmonts, I can't remember which. I just wrote Belmont down, which is good fun, and Alucard.
There's a lot of them. It's all right.
So that's pretty cool. They then showed Tron Identity, which my notes say April 2023. I had nothing to say about it. But we do have stuff to say about Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Is this a port?
Maybe it's the mobile version of the game, which I forget about all the time, but it looks...
Didn't even know there was one.
Right, I know. I'm assuming this is probably just that ported over to Switch or maybe spruced up, but it didn't look like a from the ground up remake or anything to me. But I can't even believe it's happening. For people that aren't aware, this is made by the same developers as the Ace Attorney series, and you play as this ghost detective who I think in the story he like gets murdered and then comes back and is like trying to help people. He's just trying to do his job, but as a ghost, basically. But it's one that I've never really played much of, and everybody that has played it though can't shut up about it though for good reasons. So. It's just nice to be able to have this on Switch. And the physical edition right now is like, I don't know, it's really expensive. So expensive. So this is very good. Very good.
Alex, I have to tell you, this was probably the announcement that Sion was most excited about. Like, he jumped up his chair. He was so happy. And, like, I at the start didn't really know what it was, but then he filled me in, and right now I'm playing the great Ace Attorney, so I'm really stoked about this. I'm excited to try this out.
Are you telling me he wasn't as excited for Deca Police?
Oh, baby. I actually was.
I was also excited for this.
So Deca Police is, from what we've gathered, I need to watch. I'm going to watch that trailer like 3 or 4 more times because it feels like a fever dream. It feels like something that we would be covering in like a 10 games that are stuck in Japan video, because you're playing as a police officer. You also are like interrogating people and like arresting them, but then, which I'm like, that's not the dream for me. The dream is like just living in this kind of Japan world and then also taking place in tactical RPG battles. And it just looks so weird. And that's one thing that this Direct didn't get a lot of, is like new and weird IP. And I'm all in on this. I almost like, for a second I was like, is this Platinum Games? Because it had some Astral Chain vibes too, and yeah, I'm all in.
I got a bit of that, yeah.
At least the environments and stuff, but
yeah,
I'm really stoked. I also just learned that Deca Police is actually made by Level 5. It's their brand new franchise. So it's the Professor Layton team, Yokai Watch, what's the soccer game, and we'll hear more of them in this Direct later on. But I'm left with like good faith about this game now, especially knowing that it's them. So.
They then went and showed us Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. Again, we know about this one, although we did learn that you control Cereza and Cheshire simultaneously.
We already knew that.
Oh, okay, we already knew that.
I only know because I did the research for like the upcoming game, so I was actually telling Sion, you can actually do this. And
then I was like, oh, this is Astral Chain 2. Wow.
Do you know what isn't Astral Chain 2? Splatoon 3 expansion pass.
Really?
Very true, Alex.
I'm not wrong. 2 waves have been announced. Wave 2 is the Pearl and Marina DLC that we've been teased for some time. It's called Side Order. And you can purchase the expansion pass today. But the Wave 1 is going to be available in spring. And it's in Copolis from Splatoon 1 as a hub.
Yeah.
Which I thought, hey, that's really cool. What are they going to do with it? And it's just a hub. Like, all the shops sell the same stuff. as the standard shops in Splatoon 3. So it's purely kind of like an aesthetic thing, which I'm not against, but for an entire wave, I don't know. I felt a little bit underwhelmed by that.
I thought that it was like a hub as well, just like a new aesthetic, like just a new costume that you can put on your hub. But I assumed I was wrong. Like, but that's I was only saying I was hoping I was wrong because I was like that can't be right. And it does look cool. So I guess I'm kind of curious to see, like what do you both think about this then in the end?
I think it's pretty cool just because I didn't play one, so I haven't roamed around in Cop Police. I imagine it'll get old pretty quickly, but is this going to be like you have 2 of each shop? So you can have different kind, like when you've bought everything in one shop, you go to Cop Police and then you have loads of new stuff. Is that how it's going to work, or is it a skin?
They say the stock is the same.
Oh.
But I don't know whether that means that the stock overall is the same, so sort of there won't be unique items.
Oh, yeah,
or whether sort of on a set day, doesn't matter which whether you go to the normal shop, whether you go to this DLC shop, whether it actually be different. I don't know. They didn't explain it super well, so it's going to be interesting at least.
Yeah. But if we don't want to talk about mediocrity, let's talk about Wave 2 because that looked really, really sick.
It did. Very interesting. We've gotten almost no details from it, but it looks very nice. We knew it was going to focus on Pearl and Marina. Looks like Marina maybe when she was younger, maybe? Don't know.
Before she got good.
Oh, when she was a complete noob.
Not in that sense.
Do you know you can be a noob and enjoy Disney Illusion Island, though, from the looks of it?
It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks very... I mean, it looks like it's designed for younger players, so we're clearly not the target audience. But I know someone who is the target audience for Fire Emblem Engage's expansion pass, Xeon.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass. I was bummed originally when they showed off the pass because my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters in the series, Tiki, is locked behind the pass. And so I'm tempted to buy it now anyways, but I don't know, all these new characters they announced, some of them people have heard of before, some of them they haven't. I know there's one that Alex specifically knows about, that most Fire Emblem fans do know about.
Everyone remembers Camilla. It's going to be seared into my retinas forever.
Wait, is there a story that I'm missing here?
Camilla is
she's very cool.
Oh, okay.
She's very popular.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
The thing that I do really want to touch on, though, is the fact that Veronica is also coming to this pass, and she's a character who I'm 95% sure that she was from Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile game. So it's kind of nice to see that a character from that spin-off is actually being introduced into like a mainline Fire Emblem game now. And I don't know, I just think that was just a nice little detail. But then this expansion pass, the 4th wave, is also getting a brand new story as well, which I don't know if it's going to be like a side thing or if it builds off of the end of the game yet. We'll find out about it soon.
But we've already found out about Harmony, the Fall of Reverie, which is a narrative adventure. You've got to side with one of 6 aspirations made by the Life is Strange devs.
Life is Death Strange.
Life is Death Strange.
It's got a really nice art style, too. I dug that.
It does, yeah. But at the same time, I don't feel the Direct did a great job explaining what it was about. So I don't really feel like there's a lot to say. At least not for me. There's no doubt people out there for whom their pickle will be thoroughly tickled by it. Then we got a sizzle reel with, well, it wasn't a sizzle reel. It was just a series of games.
Oh, yeah. They announced this by saying it was like a roll, something about roll, and it made me think it was going to be all about board games, and it was not. It was about...
I thought it was Mario Party. I was so sad.
Oh, no, Felix.
Oh, yes, Mario Party DLC. Let's go. Nope, still nothing.
Sorry, buddy.
But we have a demo for Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh, yeah.
And this is really sick. Like, they had an extensive demo for the first one, and it's just really nice for people to, like, just be able to try these, because these games are incredibly good. One of the best, like, modern RPGs. So, like, if you like RPGs, definitely try this one. It seems to be an amazing experience.
We also got an announcement of a remaster of We Love Katamari. We Love Katamari Reroll, and I think there was some more stuff after that as well. Bowser's Minions or something like that.
No!
And it's got some new challenges and a selfie camera. I loved Katamari Damacy Reroll. Another game in the series I'm well up for.
Yeah.
They're mad. Love them.
Yeah, my mom's going to be stoked about this one. Yeah, we also heard Sea of Stars. That's getting a demo as well, which is nice.
And a release date.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would be mad, but I have to mention I backed it on Kickstarter, but that just means I'm buying the game technically and the goodies and stuff. But there's this Omega Strikers game. It just looks like a mini game version of air hockey from like a bigger game. But it's, I don't know.
It's a Mario Party minigame.
Totally. Maybe it'll be a ton of fun. I don't know. But the nice thing I liked after that was we got to see Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection, which is 1, 2, and 3, all from the DS, crammed into one, hopefully, Nintendo Switch cartridge. That would be very nice. Maybe it'll just be digital. I don't know. But that comes out in June, and those games are getting expensive too. So I love to just, the accessibility is very, very strong here.
June 1.
We also got expensive games. I don't even know if they're expensive, but it was a way to segue. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp is finally getting released, if it doesn't get delayed again.
Oh my gosh.
And it's coming out on the 21st of April.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
We didn't get any new gameplay. The cutscene looked like it was new. I don't think we've seen that before. We wonder, or at least Xeon does, because I think he wrote this.
I did.
If they spruced up the game visuals. Who knows? I wish. That's the actual line.
It's true. There was a lot of complaints about the game when it first was shown off, and I understand those woes, and I wouldn't blame WayForward if they've just had that game like sitting in a flash drive in a drawer somewhere for this long, you know? I don't know. Maybe they took some time and made it look better, but maybe not. Don't listen to me. I'm just hoping.
But it is coming out, and that's like, I'm surprised it wasn't like, it's out today, just because, I mean, the game is done. Like, why are they waiting for April? I mean, they needed a game for April, so that makes sense, actually.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I said that there'd be a game for April. I think I might have said Pikmin 4 in the predictions video. But when that came up and it said April, I was like, I predicted it. And then since then, I've realized what a fool I am. What I was right about, though, is we did get to see Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, or the Magalore stuff.
Yeah, this is like an epilogue, like a whole new like piece of content, and this was leaked a while ago on like some box art. I thought it was fake, but it turns out it's real. But we're also getting a demo for, this game, and it's really nice that HAL Labs is continuing the trend for demos for the games.
I like demos. But then we got a bit of a bombshell.
Drum roll.
Not only Game Boy games coming to Nintendo Switch Online, but Game Boy Advance games coming to Nintendo Switch Online if you have the expansion pass. I'm just going to reel off the games that are coming. So for Game Boy, we've got Link's Awakening DX, Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, The 6 Golden Coins, Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, why 3? Who knows? Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Wario Land 3, Kirby's Dream Land, and then on the GBA we've got Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, including the e-reader levels, WarioWare Inc., Kura, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, and The Legend of Zelda, The Minish Cap. And I wanted to read all those out basically just because I was pleased that I managed to write them all down in time.
Well done.
You made that sound easy.
They're all coming out today. They're available today. It's crackers.
Woo! As a person who haven't played a lot of Game Boy games, I recently got my first Game Boy Advance. This is so cool news. I mean, I can go out and buy the games, but that is so expensive nowadays. So it's really nice to be able to play a lot of these games I think I have on my backlog, like Zelda Minish Cap, Mario & Luigi Superstar Circuit, like Super Mario Land 2. I'm excited. This was one of my highlights of this Direct.
Do you know the game that I'm most excited to play?
Yeah?
Kura. Because I saw it in the magazines all the time, and I've never played it. You move a stick through a maze, essentially. And I am thrilled to bits that I'm going to be able to play that. I tell you what, I really hope this is the way that Nintendo does their like classic games in the future, like NSO, whether it's Switch or something in the future. This same idea. I know it's not perfect, but it's just the idea that boom. all these games are available now. And yeah, we're missing some titles, absolutely, but we were missing titles on the Virtual Console as well. I just, these games are here. It's the most convenient way to play them legitimately.
Yeah, and we're at a point now, too, where most of the great Super Nintendo and NES games are already on the service. Like, we're missing a few, like, I think Super Mario RPG still isn't there, and there's probably some NES ones that I'm forgetting about as well, but, we finally got Earthbound, and so
we've got tennis, so it's okay.
Oh, of course. Right, why? No complaints. But we're at a point where lots of developers like Konami and Capcom are releasing all of their own collections instead now with their games, so Nintendo doesn't really have as many like resources to pull from, since they all kind of want to do their own thing now. And but so now it's good that like they didn't create a new tier, because I was really worried that when we were going to get Game Boy and Game Boy Color and GBA and all that it was just going to be like Nintendo Switch expansion pass with motion or something like that. Maybe they'll do that for the Wii someday. Hopefully not. But
Nintendo Switch expansion plus motion plus.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
I also want to mention, too, that the Japanese Nintendo Direct for Game Boy Advance games does show off a different lineup of games.
Ooh.
It does?
Yeah. So the Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, which the West never got, that was the game that starred Roy, that's from Super Smash Brothers. His game is available on the Japanese app, so if anybody can just download that app and play it. Now, there's no Mother 3 in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Mother 3 in there eventually. And maybe we'll get lucky and maybe Nintendo will do some translation at some point. I don't know. I know it's a pipe dream, but
me and Sion's hearts were just pounding during the Game Boy sequence. We were just like, oh, come on, they're going to do Mother 3. Oh, and yeah.
But maybe someday.
That would be like such a cool. But like, now that we have this, the possibility is there.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I do think it's like a bit like they're drip feeding each console. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's like the price in the start. I felt like, especially for expansion pass, that was outrageous. They're adding stuff onto it, but that's how it should have been from the start. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't like drip feeding stuff. Just give me the stuff, man.
What's good too that at least nothing goes away. At least because you'll never. Like, most people haven't actually played every single Super Nintendo game and NES game that's on the service.
Yeah.
Maybe Doug Bowser would be like, okay, yeah, show me your playtime on the Nintendo Switch Online Super Nintendo app. Show me how much you played, buddy. Then I'll give you Mother 3. Because we didn't get that, but.
What's gonna happen like when the online service ends? You can just not access these games? Are they gonna do like a thing where you can download like these and you just have them on your Switch?
I mean, that is kind of like the Netflix problem too, but that almost sounds like a good video topic in general. But
it does. We're giving the game away, guys.
Write it down.
Oh shoot!
Do you know what game isn't being given away though? Because you finally be able to purchase it legitimately. Metroid Prime Remastered. This is the sort of thing where, for the longest time, like I'm thinking literally, even back in the Wii U days, like the idea of like a Metroid Prime trilogy remastered or something like that was sort of talked about, and it's been talked about for so long, it had reached the point of a joke. So when it actually appeared, I was just like, oh, they're actually bloody doing it. It looks like it's the original Prime experience. It doesn't look like they're adding anything in terms of content, but what they are adding is dual stick controls, which I've got a fondness for the original control system, but it is not really with modern sensibilities in mind. And I know people have talked, about, the Wii version's better, and it may be, I don't know, but it just looks great. It looks like that they've upped the polygon count as well when it comes to, the models. Certainly Samus's model looks a lot cleaner.
It's insane how clean
it just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, the original still looks great. Let's not lie. For a GameCube game, that thing was blinking-tastic.
Yeah, especially when you play in, like, progressive scan mode, you're, like, which most people didn't back then, but nowadays, like, it still stands up. It's impressive.
Not quite as much as Wind Waker, but Wind Waker was going for a thing. But yeah, I'm thrilled to bits of this, and it's available today. It's available today digitally.
You gotta love a good shadow drop.
When they had that thing and they had the red bar at the bottom and they said, and it's going to be available, I was saying, it's today. Otherwise, they would have just shown it already. But not only that, physical. A physical is coming out on the 22nd. Yes. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get the physical because I'm a slave to capitalism.
Why are we not getting all 3 games though?
Because then they can charge for it 3 times.
Well, that is probably something we should talk about just for a moment. I just looked online, and it is $39.99 in the U.S. here for a digital download.
That's quite high.
It is, yeah. Considering, right, that the Prime trilogy on the Wii sold for $49, I believe, with a cool steelbook if you bought it day one, and it had all 3 games right there. And I mean, this game, like Alex was saying, though, you're totally right. It looks beautiful. Even like there's some cutscenes that they've really spruced up. Samus's model, everything looks great.
Like I thought sometimes, is this a remake? What?
Yeah.
I mean, the original does look so good. They were somehow, despite using a realistic art style, it's kind of ageless at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
That's really rare.
No, actually, it was Retro that made this one.
Oh my god. Like when I said it, I thought, oh man, Alex is gonna just eat right through that.
He's gonna get me.
Zing!
As somebody who's bought Metroid Prime a lot, though, Alex, how do you feel about the cost? What do you think?
Metroid Prime Remastered is £35 in the UK.
That's like $45 or something like that, I think, in the US.
Something like that. I mean, it's not egregious with its pricing. I feel like it's on the absolute upper end of acceptable, but it is on a knife edge of acceptable. If it was £40, forget it.
I mean, it's not Skyward Sword. That was, whoa.
Yeah, that was more, yeah. That
was full price, wasn't it?
Nearly full price, I think. But either way, as I said, I'm still gonna buy it, obviously, because I'm a rube. But
no, you're not.
I'm glad we're having this conversation, though. It's good.
Yeah, I'm just pleased it's here, frankly. I'm looking forward to playing the game with dual stick controls. Oh, I'm not sure if I can just wait for a physical.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, we have to do a review, though. So, yeah.
True.
But then we got Master Detective Archives Raincode. Not Raincoat, as I initially wrote, I believe.
I don't know much about this yet, but I'm very obviously intrigued.
Love you.
I will love Raincode. I will, as long as it respects my time and shows me a good time. It's made by the people that made Danganronpa, and it's a fresh start, so you don't have to know anything about those games to play this. And it has like third-person elements. It just looks like they're taking what makes those games good and they're implementing it into a new style, and I like that. I like to see them kind of expanding.
I really like how it looks.
Yeah, it's very flashy and over the top, but it looks
very
like
bizarre.
Yeah, it just looks like a quality game. So I mean, we'll see when it comes out in June, which is nice to see a good old solid release date, June
30th.
It's better than summer 2023, like Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster.
Oh yeah,
and this is the first time I've heard of those games.
Oh, but you know people are freaking out about this. I never played this series back in the day, but it was one that I always like. If I ever would have found it for like a good price or something, I probably would have picked it up. Or these both came out on the GameCube, and then they got kind of quickly forgotten. I think it was Bandai Namco who developed them too, and it's kind of like a third-person card battling RPG. When you hear that, I think some people go like, ugh. But it seems like the people that have played these really enjoy them. So there's got to be some reason they're bringing them back. I don't know why. But I'm excited to find out.
Oh, the next one is a title I hate. Not inherently. When they first revealed it, I thought it was Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time. Whatever, fine. But no, it's Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time.
Wii U.
Which, it does feel very Wii U, doesn't it? I don't like the title at all. And it's not Animal Crossing.
And the game,
I promise you, it's not Animal Crossing.
The game does look fine. The visuals kind of like bummed me a little bit at times, just because it seemed a little safe, I guess. But Felix was like a lot more stoked about it than I was, which is nice to hear.
I don't know if I'm like stoked. I just thought the art style looked like very clean in a sense. I don't know. I digged it.
Yeah, there's definitely a following for this series, and we only got the one on 3DS, and I think there was a mobile spinoff as well. So I bet, yeah, just like Bat and Kaitos, there's and like Metroid Prime Remastered, there are people out there that are like, Metroid Prime, I've already played that before, and Alex is like, what are you saying? Look at yourself, man. And there's probably people out there that feel the same way about Fantasy Life.
But are there people out there who feel the same way about Professor Layton, New World of Steam?
Oh yeah, I know people that'll go nuts.
We got a brief animation, baby, and a title. That was it. It's been ages since we've had a new Professor Layton game. I've only played bits of some of them.
Same here.
But I enjoyed it.
But it's nice to see that level 5 is really coming back, because we haven't had a lot of output from them in the West since they closed off their Western branch. And so, maybe we'll get a new Yokai Watch game next year. Maybe we'll finally get Yokai Watch 4. It's crazy that we got so much level 5 in this direct. Very nice.
It's weird that this was in a Nintendo Direct because, World of Steam, isn't this supposed to be on the Steam Deck?
Oh my gosh. I was wondering where you were going with that, and I could not predict. And then I
was holding it in for so long.
You just punched me right in the gut, and I love it though. Thank you.
I managed to resist making a Steam World joke. So the fact that you couldn't resist doing a Steam Deck joke means I've never been prouder of you.
Oh,
round of applause.
That feels good.
Round of applause.
Round of applause for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Expansion Booster Course Wave 4, baby.
Yeah!
Featuring everyone's favorite pink Yoshi character. Just kidding. Spoiler alert.
Getting a new character is actually, for me, a pretty big deal. I did not think we would get a new character. And Birdo, I'm very glad to see Birdo here. And the new track looks phenomenal.
Oh,
wow.
It does, doesn't it? Like, they've actually taken some stylings from, Yoshi's Island. And so many of the new courses just look uninspiring overall, or just a little bit bland. Not this time. I mean, I when I first started seeing bits of it, I was like, this looks amazing. And then they showed other bits of the course, and it wasn't the most flattering. But when they get it right, they get it right. And it looks like you got like the question mark cloud, you hit it and it opens up different parts of the course.
We didn't say any other courses, but yeah, I'm always up for some more waves and tracks.
Wave 4 is just Yoshi's Island. That's coming in spring. And then we got an actual scissor reel, including Minecraft Legends Blanc. We got Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, Have a Nice Death. I genuinely could not write this down quickly enough. WBSCE Baseball, and then there's some other text after. Disney Dreamlight Valley is getting an update. That's apparently a big deal. And Tales of Symphonia Remastered, which I feel like potentially deserves more than an entry in a sizzle reel, but I don't know. I thought that was a big deal.
I mean, we've known about it for some time, so...
Oh, have we? Clearly it's not a big enough deal for me to remember things.
Like, the only new thing in this was, that I didn't know about was the baseball thing. Otherwise, everything in this either was in the upcoming list, upcoming games in this year, or, I considered it for that list.
Yeah, I mean, they've been showing Blanc off for ages.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. And I've been pronouncing it wrong all the time.
It's me being picky and using the French pronunciation. You can get away with saying Blanc.
I have one more thing that I want to just quick drop to you guys. This was also in the Japanese Direct as well. And Felix is probably... I don't know how he's going to feel about it yet, but I'm curious.
Okay. I'm listening.
Oh, I think I already tell from the art style. I know what this is.
Whatever you think it is exactly what it is, Felix.
No. Whoa, what it is?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's in the same series exactly, but...
What? Why are we not getting this? What?
Maybe we will?
That's not fair.
Maybe we will? So this is a game by the creator of Boku no Natsu Yatsumi and My Summer Vacation and Attack of the Friday Monsters and the Shin-Chan game. I'm assuming this is a brand new franchise. I just legitimately just figured this out a minute or two ago, so I don't know enough about it yet. But I'll show the trailer because it just looks cute and cozy and just it looks fun.
Shin-Chan, My Summer Vacation was one of the best games I played last year. I would love for this to come to the West. That would be very nice. And thank you for running it by me. I would I just missed this.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we had to at least mention it in this presentation. Get more eyes on it.
Do you know what is coming to the West, though?
Oh, it's what we've all been waiting for.
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy. No, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. They finished off on it. I thought they absolutely would. I feel like they were really reserved again with the details, which I absolutely love. I don't want them to just be throwing details out left, right, and center. All we really got, shall I just read my notes out? New flying enemies. We see one of them pick up a bokoblin. Light around some sort of towers that look like stables a bit. They don't really look like Sheikah towers. New Lizalfos. They add all sorts of red about them. We hear Ganondorf's voice. Presumably it's Ganondorf's voice.
Oh, yeah.
They don't explicitly say it, but it is. Not as imposing as I was expecting, but maybe I've just got a Ganondorf voice in my head. I don't know.
It is nice to have a voice, though.
We saw some sort of golem, which was really cool.
Yeah.
We saw the reveal of The Legend of Zelda Nuts and Bolts.
Oh no!
It does.
They can't do that. They can't.
It does look a little bit like you might be able to create your own vehicle, or it may just be that there are just different vehicles. But I don't know. They look pretty user created to me, which is an interesting angle because famously, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is the most well-loved of the Banjo-Kazooie games. Also, there's going to be a collector's edition and a new amiibo of Link with his crusty arm.
Oh, it looks good! So I have tons to say about this because it was definitely the highlight of the Direct for me. It was the only thing I really wanted. And boy, oh boy, is there even though it's not massive, this is a 2-minute trailer. This is for me, it was substantial just because I didn't want to know a lot. This was perfect. As you say, this was really nice that it didn't show too much. But I'm starting to get really excited about this. And Zelda dies in the end? What? What's going to happen?
Well, jumping to conclusions there. We don't know what's going on.
It definitely makes you worry, though, doesn't it? Which is good. It's good to get us thinking about that and stuff. Because maybe in the end she won't. But right now, that Alan Newman knows what he's doing. He's trying to make us feel bad for Zelda right now. So, I don't know. We'll see, though. I'm just surprised that they went that whole Direct without showing a single farming game, and then in the Tears of the Kingdom trailer they showed Link driving a tractor. I never thought that's how they would end it. But
also the scene of him grinding down these. Oh, looks so nice.
Yeah, grinding down, shield surfing, but down tracks and stuff. It feels
that seems so fun.
The devs have probably just been playing Breath of the Wild for the past. They were okay, Alan Newman, we need to take 2 years and we're just gonna play this game like crazy, break it in all the different ways we can. We're gonna watch all of the YouTube video hacks about Breath of the Wild and tricks, and then they're just we can do that. We can implement that into the game. Because they have flying vehicles.
They've just been playing too much Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh no. Link's going to wield a gun?
It's about time. Link needs a gun. Guns are cool.
Oh no.
I mean, he does
not with this theory again, Alex.
He does have auto-targeting arrows, I think they show off in this trailer too.
Yeah. But, I saw something
close enough.
Whip round. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically a gun. What is a gun if not an arrow that a bow that I don't know where I'm going with this.
Also, who's this white character? Is this Ghost Zelda? I think it is. I'm locking my money in.
Oh, Gelda, you mean?
Gelda.
Someone's grandma's named Gelda.
I think it looks great. I think they're doing a lot with it. I think that they are definitely making this distinct from Breath of the Wild, which is really important. And I do actually think the more I look at it, those are custom vehicles because you see Link taking a wheel from out of a bog.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden that wheel's on the side of something, a vehicle, and it's being driven and it's got headlights.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how to feel about that right now.
It's actually The Legend of Zelda Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, and look at this shot, just flying in the sky. Oh my god.
It does sort of feel like they're really leaning into the toy box aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks like you just stick the items together with some sort of glue.
Yeah. You make your own items. You can basically fly.
I think you literally can fly. It's
gonna break the game.
It's a bold idea. It's going to be interesting to see if it pays off, because to be fair, I've been joking about Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. The custom vehicles was definitely the best part. The way that you used them was often very dull. So the fact that you could potentially do something more interesting with these means that it could potentially be excellent. But I'm seeing something from a failed Banjo revive, and I'm immediately going, whoa there, partner, whoa!
Right, my head hurts. Like, I'm thinking back to Nuts and Bolts, and I really liked it at the time, but I have never once have I gone back to Nuts and Bolts since like 2010 or 9 or whenever it was that came out. And I've played Banjo-Kazooie multiple times since then, as have you, Alex. And like, I know that's a night and day thing. It's very obvious for many people, but I hope that the vehicle elements in this game aren't overbearing, because when we play Zelda games, I don't think traversal is a thing. Like, we love riding around on a horse and pretending it's Epona, or it being Epona or not, or on a loft wing. But I'm scared right now. That nuts and bolts thing really like just shot me in the heart. But I'm gonna get over it. I know I will, because it's Zelda, right, guys? Like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It just seems like a very different game than Breath of the Wild, which is really nice. Maybe it is. I don't know, because maybe it's not fun. I think it will be.
I think this warrants a deeper, longer discussion.
Yes,
just this trailer alone. But for now, I think we're going to have to wrap things up. That was the Direct. Give it a score out of 10, Felix, very quickly.
7.
Xeon?
I'm giving it an 8.
I think I'd go with 7 as well. It's teetering on an 8 for me. It was good, don't get me wrong. Love the fact that we saw Metroid Prime Remastered and Tears of the Kingdom. Good stuff in there. But at the same time, there was nothing that absolutely blew my mind, which is a shame. I'm talking like Metroid Prime 4 kind of level.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think it was a solid Direct. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But what did you think? Did you have the same opinion as us, or did you do something different with your brain when you watched it? Let us know with a comment in the comment place below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you stick some fans to that subscribe button and pilot it around like the saucy minx you are, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.